Hello there. How you guys doing? Thank you guys for giving me a little bit of more time here. For some reason, I couldn't get a certain thing to work, and I finally got it to work. So I'm just, having a ball. Alright. Let's get you guys up. And are you guys ready for some fun? Alright. I know you guys can't wait for this funness. I know you guys. Alright. I'm waiting for it to show me that it is called up to me, and then I'll begin reading. And hopefully, fingers crossed, everything is set up correctly. Crossing fingers. And if everything is working the way I need it to, so whenever somebody has subscribed to me, I will get the notification finally. I am crossing fingers on that. Alright, here we go. James gently leaned in, closing his eyes. He stopped, however, remaining just a mere tortuous inch away from my lips. He wanted me to show my feelings for him. He had left himself open for me to kiss him, or leave him empty. The power I had was unbelievable. I love how you guys love this series so much. But I'm going to take a little pause from it. But I will do another Incubus in the future. But I want to take a little pause. I want to get a little bit back into some drawings. And I want to get some other games out there too, and not just Seduce me. Hope you guys do not mind. I will come back to it. I promise you I will. I will come back to it. But I want to get some other games out there, and I want to know what you guys' opinions on those games are. And if you guys have any other games you would love for me to play, drop me a comment down below, or tweet me. Tweet me or Facebook me, guys. I'm always looking. The power I had was unbelievable. Well, kiss him. I loved him and wanted to give him exactly what he wanted. I gently leaned in, letting my lips finally touch his gingerly. James let out almost a pleasured purr against my lips before wrapping both of his arms around my waist, pulling me close to him. More or less, he's feeling that fluffy ass and all of its fluff to his fullest desires. I moved my arms up and around his neck, feeling the kiss between us deepen to a heat and height. Yeah, I could do that. I could do Life was Strange. I have that game. I haven't started it yet, but I can do that game if you guys are interested. My chest was pounding, making me feel and see fireworks in my mind. James was everything I desired. He was the man I wanted, demon or not. It was all so supernatural to fall in love with someone so quickly. Maybe it was the sense magic I was thrown into. Maybe it was Cupid playing with my heart. Either way, I found myself melting at the thought of him being with me. Good hits. The great kid says, and you can try hold and not go in a set Diana straight. I found myself combing my fingers through James's hair, making the man holding me softly tremble at my touch. He gently nibbled on my lower lip, asking me to deepen the kiss between us even further. I easily teased him before finally opening my mouth slightly for him. His tongue gently danced with mine as one of his hands slid up my back and cradled my head. He gently leaned my body back, making me cling to him as the heat of our kiss rose higher and higher. Gently, though, James slowed the kiss down and pulled away, staring down at me. His kiss burned for me, wanting me to melt and buckle in his arms. I could feel myself melt already. James opened his mouth to speak, but as a very small blush ran along his cheeks, he was reduced to a shy silence. I stared at it as he tried to find the words to say in my eyes. I knew exactly what he wanted. He didn't need energy, though, right? Are you?
No,
I stared wide-eyed, feeling a blush on my cheeks grow. He didn't say anything more, but I knew what words would have followed if he continued. He wanted me. He wanted this fluffy buzz with all of this fluff. I was stunned. Was I that appealing to him? Was his passion really that deep for me? James gently lifted his head and kissed my forehead, losing the blush and finally being able to speak.
If you don't want to, we don't have to.
As his large, voluptuous hands caressed the fluff. Give me just a second, guys. If you don't want to... Yeah, sorry, guys. I had to text somebody. I hail sounds. I could feel my mind go numb and purr at the idea. A moment with an incubus. He was a demon of sex, the purest form of lust and desire. My world would rock and I would enjoy every second of it. At the same time, I was indeed inexperienced. Diana wasn't wrong when she claimed me to be innocent. Did I want to give that innocence to him, especially this early? I found myself forgetting the words yes and no. What would I say to him? I knew then what I wanted, but how to say it without breaking the moment. I'm gonna leave this to you guys to say, hold me or seduce me. What do you guys want? Do you want to seduce me? Or you want to hold me? They want to seduce me. I couldn't believe the two words that came out of my mouth. It made the most sense to tell him yes. I needed him. I wanted him. Those two words must have made something in him finally break. James quickly resumed the kiss with me, to which I eagerly kissed back and pulled him closer to my body. The heat inside of my chest was craving his touch, and I needed to deny any space between us. James lowered a hand and brought one of my legs around his waist as he lowered his other hand to my waist. Without breaking the kiss, I gripped to his shoulders and jumped off my feet, wrapping both of my legs around him and making him hold me up. Oh boy. His touch kept raising my need for him higher and higher, bringing my mind to the desire that was buried in the back of my mind. James held me close, kissing me deep and making me moan against his lips. I could feel our bodies sink into the ground, noticing a gentle gold glow penetrate through my closed eyelids. Jeez Louise. I'm sorry. Great kiss. Before I could open my eyes, however, I felt our bodies fall onto a familiar feeling bed with James landing on top of me. I stared up at James as he pulled his face slowly away from mine. His eyes were almost glowing in the darkest room, piercing into my soul and making me shiver in anticipation. He effortlessly removed his gray sweater and red tie, leaving him in his tightly fitted white button-up over me. I could practically feel the heat of his skin through the thin fabric. However, as he held me, I could slightly feel the shiver of his hand. He was nervous because he was feeling the fluff so bad. That fluffy ass, he was feeling it so well. Was I his first? He wasn't going to show it. He wanted me to enjoy the moment, but was afraid of screwing up. His shivering hand showed me his emotions perfectly. I gently reached up and brought his head down, kissing him once again. I wanted him not to worry. The pleasure between us would be heavy in me, and we'd go through it together, and fluff will go everywhere. I closed my eyes and gave myself to James. I'm sorry, kids. My body, my mind, my soul, it all belonged to him as he held me. His body, his mind, his soul, it all belonged to me as I gave into his embrace. His kisses and fingers over my skin would forever engrave themselves into my memory, as our passion rose through incredible heights. Our breaths and moans to each other eerily sounded and echoed like a blissful chant we never wished ended. We kept moving, loving, feeling every inch of our bodies until we had enough and I was enveloped in his embrace. Ah, the fluff is going everywhere. The fluff is going everywhere. Skin to skin, heartbeats matching, we held each other in the glow of the aftermath. I nuzzled my head under James's chin as he held me close.
I love you so much.
I love you too. Just to hear those words come from James's mouth made my heart flutter. To hear me answer made my soul warm in glee. I could feel both of us sink into a peaceful sleep together. It was the best sleep I had in days, and I was happy. I had love, and I had my happiness. My life was simply perfect. When I opened my eyes, I found myself staring into James's bare chest. I blushed, but looked up to see James still sleeping. His sleeping face made me giggle softly, but the reality of the situation made my heart flutter. I couldn't believe it. I was lying next to a man I had grown to love with all of my heart. His warm embrace made me feel safe, and as the tender moment we just shared replayed in my head, I couldn't help but smile and snuggle into his chest further. Unconsciously, he held me tighter to his body, giving me more of his warmth. I didn't want to move, but then my core suddenly tightened and made me sit up without waking the man next to me. I felt my legs move and bring me to my balcony window, where I opened the glass and stepped out onto the patio. I stared wide-eyed at Diana, who sat cross-legged on the railing of my balcony, with her glowing red-eyed stares upon me. I opened my mouth to object, but Diana stopped me.
Before you get all huffy, I didn't come here to take your precious man away. By the way, how was it exactly? Demons are the best lovers, after all.
Oh, God. You fucking crickets. I glared. What do you want, Diana?
Well, I just wanted to see how you truly feel. You know, without him around to influence you.
What are you talking about?
I'm giving you an opportunity to come clean about these feelings of yours and to give you your salvation.
Oh, wrong thing. What was Diana up to? This was beyond crazy. Nothing she had done made sense. Why was I still alive at this rate? What's keeping you from just killing me and taking them?
You are not worth my time.
Crystal moon. I glance over and what do I see? James, I love you, Fluffy, but shut up and fluff me. Oh, that was a great comment. I love that. Not worth your time. What, are you afraid something might happen? All at once, I felt my body being lifted into the air and moved over past the railing, leaving me with nothing but the ground below to threaten me with a collision death.
Oh, trust me, dear. I'm not afraid to kill you. I can drop you right now and leave your body to rot until the morning, when the boys would find you.
I wanted to speak, but the thought of her letting go and letting me fall to my death scared my voice into silence. Diana then chuckled and wheeled my body back to the balcony, setting me down gently.
Alas, if I kill you, then the boys would never come with me willingly back to the demon world, and then I'd have to chase them all around the world, or kill them and drag them back. But then their father wouldn't be happy, and blah blah blah. Too much work.
Hello there, Luna Wolf. How are you doing tonight? Diana seemed very busy, oriented as if the boys were cargo. More than men. It irked me, but she then smiled.
I'm giving you one chance to denounce your love for the demon in your bed, and let me take him and the other boys back to the demon world.
And why, may I ask, would I do that?
There are so many reasons why, actually. There's the reason that he's a demon and you're a human, so you two can never truly have a happily ever after. Then there's the reason that demons truly do not know how to love, despite what he may proclaim. The list goes on and on. The point is, if you give me the boys, I will promise you eternal happiness.
Eternal happiness.
That's right. I have the power to give you anything you desire. Power, men, women, money, fame. Name it, and it's yours. A demon never goes back on their word, and I have the power to obtain anything you wish. Our deal is our contract.
I could only stare in shock. This was a dream. It had to be. However, Diana smiled, an almost genuine smile, at me, shaking me to the reality of the situation. She would never smile like that.
Don't you wish to be free of your destiny? Your father constantly berating you to become the next CEO of your grandfather's company.
How did you... I was almost floored in surprise. How did Diana know all of this? She was a succubus, yes, but how could she know anything beyond sexual desire? She wasn't Damien. Diana chuckled and leaned back against her arms.
Just because I play with hearts and sex doesn't mean I don't know my way around the human mind. You happen to be an open book of information, but I digress. I can give you your freedom with ease. It'll be like you were always meant to have it. All I ask is that you hand over the boys. What do you say?
Was I seriously being given this choice? The man I loved for anything I wanted. A demon like Diana was powerful enough, yes, but did I even want to consider giving up the man I loved? No. She must have been crazier than I thought, I glared. Absolutely not. Diana sighed and stood up onto the railing. What I wasn't expecting was her lifting me into the air. I tried to scream, but my voice suddenly became locked in silence. What was Diana doing? Diana made me float over to her, and she smirked as she touched noses.
Well, if I can't return home with the boys, I might as well return home with the power to fight back.
Diana finally leaned in and kissed me. I shut my eyes, feeling the need to bite her lips, but finding no muscles in my face listening to my mental commands. What did she do to me? I didn't want to enjoy it, but every single nerve in my body was flaring in excitement and pleasure as she kissed me. I felt my energy drain slowly but forcibly from my body. Was she using her magic to force energy out of my body? It seemed like forever, but finally Diana pulled away from the kiss with a smile and a lick of her lips. She lowered me back onto the patio and chuckled. For some reason, even though nothing seemed to have changed, she looked stronger, powerful. It was almost like looking at a new Diana. Diana then stepped back off of the railing, making me catch my breath in my throat as she took another step away from me. She looked to be simply walking on the night air. Diana smirked at my sudden surprise.
May you never regret your choice, human. If you do, I'll happily come and take it away.
With a flick of her hair, Diana turned and walked away into the night, fading into the darkness like a shadow. I watched her fade away before looking back to the man in my bed. Did I make the right choice? My heart gave a gentle thump, giving me my answer. I did, and I will never regret it for as long as I live. I walked back inside and gently crawled back into bed with the embrace of the safest arms I knew. I snuggled close to the warmth before closing my eyes. I was happy. The rest of the story can almost be passed over. With Diana gone, my life returned to normal with school, and my friends not remembering what had happened. It was as if magic never even appeared in my world. One thing was for certain, however. James loved me, and I loved him. Something just happened. Something surprised the crap out of me. Oh, Kendall Wright. Thank you so much for subscribing. Wow, it actually finally worked. I was wanting that thing to work forever. So thank you so much, Kendall. Welcome. Welcome to the haunting. Welcome to the Spirit Manor. One thing was for certain, however. James loved me, and I loved him. Just as much we had promised our lives to each other, and nothing was going to take that away from us, not even time itself. Our love was so powerful, it practically overwhelmed me with joy every time I found him holding me close every morning. To think a demon's ex-prince in love with a human like me. It was unthinkable, unbelievable. It was practically impossible. That was the notification, guys. And it finally worked. Finally. But it didn't really last that long. It was like up and gone, just like that. It's kind of surprising me there. To think a demon ex-prince in love with a human like me. It was unthinkable, unbelievable. It was practically impossible. But it was true. The other boys decided to leave of their own accord. They knew that my future would only need James at my side. So they each decided to start their own lives in the human world. James was heartbroken at first, but understood that he had to let his brothers grow like he did. Besides, James had someone new to care for now. His brothers didn't need him now that he was caring for me. I felt bad as well for being closer to James than the others, but they reassured me that I was okay and that they would remain nearby should I ever need them. I was happy for that. They made me promise, however, that I would love James for as long as we lived. That promise was instantly given. But what of my future? Well, it was kind of made for me before I graduated. James decided to step into the light of the Anderson Toys Company James decided to step into the light of the Anderson Toy Company, and with the help of his demon powers and leadership charisma, he managed to influence not only the entire board but my father as well into letting him run for CEO. I was beyond shocked. How James managed to do all that was beyond me. But when the vote was called, James had taken over the company I was destined to have. He vowed to respect the wish of the late CEO and help the company become an even grander company. For a demon, it was simple to make a company grand. My grandfather would have been proud to see how James helped it shine. With the CEO position filled, my father had no choice but to let me decide my future, which made me happy beyond compare. No longer would I have the future scaring me into a corner. I could choose my life on my own. That being said, I was still scared of where the future was going to take me. What did I want to do? Did I want to help James build the company? Did I want to venture off on my own? James reassured me that he would support me and help me through whatever I decided to do, promising me that I came first before the company he had come to reign over. I was grateful and would never forget that promise. I was happy, and nothing could shake me down from that happiness. One night, a good couple of years after the boys and I had met, I had a moment to myself, so I sat in my room and took in all that had happened, as if it was all a dream. The demons, the devils, the magic, it all was surreal to believe. It almost frightened me to think that it could have been all a dream. But the warm feeling in my heart reminded me that it was all real. The demons, the magic, the love I had, all real. I smiled as I held my hands to my chest, relishing in the feelings dancing within my soul.
Are you okay?
I looked up from my lap to see James standing at the doorway, cross-armed with a playful raised eyebrow. I smiled and blushed a bit. Yeah, I'm okay. I was just remembering how we met and such.
Were you now?
Yeah, and I wouldn't change anything. James smiled and walked over to me, gently taking my hand and kissing over the knuckles sweetly.
Come, I have a surprise for you.
I raised an eyebrow. A surprise? What the heck was he plotting? James simply chuckled and kissed my forehead.
I promise you'll love it.
Deciding to go along with it, I nodded and stood up. James gently took my arm under his and led me out of my bedroom. I stared in shock at the path of the golden rose petals lining the floor, creating a pathway from my door. James led me down the golden rose path, as if this was all part of his plan. James, what is going on? James didn't answer. He continued to lead me down the stairs of the lobby, where the path wound into the dining room. I stared in shock as I saw the table set with candles and a large bouquet. Sorry, guys. I saw the tables set with candles and a large bouquet of golden roses decorating the middle. James, I feel sort of undressed, you know.
There's nothing wrong with how you look now. You are beautiful no matter what clothes you are in.
And what clothes I'm not in. I couldn't help but let a red blush paint my face, making James chuckle once again. He led me to my seat, where I was greeted with a plate of shrimp pesto on the table. James?
Remember what that is?
Of course. That, sir, is a shrimp pesto dish. James laughed and smiled. I smiled back up at him, feeling nostalgical run over my heart. Giddy happiness bubbled as I looked up at the man I had loved. You made it when we first met, when you and your brothers were apologizing for getting blooded in the lobby. Blood just went everywhere.
Well, it was more than that we had to apologize for, but that was the gist of it, yes.
How could I forget? What's this all about? James gently bent forward and kissed my forehead, sweetly, making me giggle slightly.
You are such a wonderful woman. I can't believe that I can love someone this much. You have changed my whole world, and now you have become my everything. I practically get scared waking up every morning in case this is all just a blissful dream.
James. Before I could speak further, James gently placed his finger on my lips, hushing me before he caressed my cheek. I nuzzled into his hand, almost purring at the feel of the warmth against my cheek.
I love you, and I will never stop loving you. No matter what comes our way, I promise to be there for you as long as time keeps moving. I want to be yours forever.
Before I could realize what was going on, James slowly got down on one knee beside me and took out a small black box. He lifted the top to reveal a beautiful ring with a purple gem crowned with gold and purple embellishment. I stared, my mind instantly freezing in surprise at the sight. I felt my eyes water at the immense feeling bursting inside my chest.
Will you,
Fluffy
Miss
butt.
Anderson, marry me?
I was speechless. I felt myself break and start to weep in joy. Was this happening? This had to be a dream. I mentally begged every single deity in the sky to never wake me up if that was the case. I fought my tears trying to speak to answer his question. I didn't want to leave him in the dark, and I didn't want him to be on the ground for long. Yes! Yes, I will! I stood up, crying and jumping in joy as James smiled, the biggest smile I had ever seen on his face, and slid the ring onto my finger. As it finally ended its upward journey, at the crevice of my finger, James stood up and took me into his arms, kissing me and sealing my words. I had gained the heart of a demon. No, of a man I loved. I vowed to cherish him and love him for the remainder of my days and beyond. Could a demon love a human forever? I knew James would. And that was my happily ever after. End James' proposal letter. New password unlock. Demon War. And that is part 2. And you guys can see part 2. I have done part 2 in a live stream before this. And you know exactly where it is. It is in the playlist. And you can probably see it where the card is if it's still up that way. Which is... Yep. Which is under the Seduce Me, My Otome. That whole entire playlist right there has Seduce Me 2 in it. So you can watch it all on your own. And you can enjoy the playlist. So, guys, let me show you the extras that you have just unlocked. If you go to the gallery, go under James, you have unlocked this picture, this picture, this picture with Malik, the proposing picture, too many symbols. Nightbot doesn't like that. I'm sorry, Abby. And this picture of l'amour. Well, guys, since we have come to the end of Seduce Me for right now, I will be back shortly with a new series since you guys have requested it, and I think we could start it up. I think so. Probably would have to, you know. Oh, wait! Let's do the bloopers! I'm gonna leave this up to you guys. Do you want the house party bloopers, or do you want the Malik Arc bloopers? Oh, but I did, was going to plan to actually do this first. All of it, but no one encouraged me until I had Seduce Me too, there, great kids. But that's okay. I'm gonna leave you guys up with the bloopers here. So, would you guys like house party bloopers, or would you guys like Malik Arc bloopers? Alright.
Hey, Michaela, it's Jonah. I'm a green apple again. Just swallow this before I start. It's getting kind of brown. Here I go.
Hello, princess.
I'll be by your side. Always. That was shitty. Great first line of the day. Oh, but...
I lost sight of him. I quickly found him and cornered him. I lost sight of him, but I quickly found him and cornered him.
Excuse me, I feel like there's a verb coming on, but it's not. It's like there. It's like, I'm coming up to get you, but then it's like, no. It's just lies.
Demons and humans are very different when it comes to belching.
I didn't expect the human world to be so good. I'm not talking about you or anything. You baka.
Good game, everyone. But mostly me, because I win. Okay, don't use that one.
My mom, though, hates sharing, so I distracted her with toys. How does he know what toys are like if he's from a demon fucking hell world?
This is why we have a mind-altering ability called Yas to convince people to kill the Japanese.
What?
Well, this apple's a little better. Still kind of mealy, but doing its job.
This parrot. Voice crack, oh my god, that was the worst thing yet. Okay, I'm trying to yell because she's on white.
We have no power or moral consciousness. And we also get the power of the Triforce.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo!
Empty excitement, of course. There's still something that bonded us all together. Why am I going all together? Oh my gosh, what is happening?
Gaming voice, angry. I don't know how to do it. I scream and screech really high pitched when I play games. Oh my god, whenever I play with my brothers, I'm like, no! Just screeching! I can't do that for Suzu, so, what I did doesn't work. I can try something else.
Turn that back down. And we're back down to this. Where's my next line? A lot of narration. Still in lust mode. Oh, nope. Turn the mic back on. Turn the mic back up.
If you are in any danger, call my name, and my phone will go off. I'll know that you called me, because you better leave a voicemail, bitch.
Ignore mouse clicks in the background. Ignore them.
Hello, Annabelle. Welcome.
Oh, snap. I think something sketchy's happening here.
My true name isn't Damien.
My true name. I did it again. My true name. Damn it. Take two.
If you're in any danger, if you're by a
Ginger.
ginger,
If
I'll
you're by
fight him off.
Ginger.
Ah, no, my apple fell. I have to take 5. My apple's all hairy. Oh, God.
Oh,
I need to
my.
resuscitate it. Oh,
Resuscitate that apple.
like caramel.
Oh, the
Calls me a
caramel.
man whore. You're a man whore, James. James Brown Jr.
You gotta regain your.
So that's
He
what
turned
happens.
into a chicken.
Well, that's messed up, man.
It will be good to have some rest without devils bringing. Yeah, I keep saying bringing. Bringing the party. Yeah.
I planned
Wow.
What the fuck are you doing? And I want to thank you so much for. And I want to thank you for letting us.
Can you stay here? Please? I really hope the recording did not pick up my stomach fucking rumbling. Anyway. Where's my line? Where's my line?
Did you find your line?
What about it? What, 300? Hey, Michaela, it's Jonah. I'm a green apple again. I just swallowed this before I start. It's getting kind of brown. Here I go.
Hello, princess.
I'll be by your side. Always. Oh, shitty. Great first line of the day. Oh, but.
I'm outside of him. When I quickly found him and cornered him. I lost sight of him, but I quickly found him and cornered him.
Excuse me, I feel like there's a burp coming on, but it's not. It's like there. It's like, I'm coming up to get you. But then it's like, no. It's just lies.
Demons
Oh.
and humans are very different when it comes to belching.
It's repeating here. It was repeating! No! Writer's letter. So this is Michelle Amanda Laws. She's the one that has created the Seduce Me series, guys. I think she is very talented in art and just all around, man. She's talented. I have been so blessed to be able to create this game. Thank you, everyone. To the people who donated to the Kickstarter and supported us on Tumblr, Facebook, and other medias. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. This would have not been possible without every single one of you. To the cast crew of Seduce Me, both past and present, you are all absolutely wonderful. I am absolutely honored to have worked with all of you. You all have made my story come to life, and I am eternally grateful. Thank you. To my family, Damien, Alma, and Natasha Laws, I can never repay you three for your love, support throughout the process. This is a dream come true and the start of a life I had never imagined I would have. Thank you, and I love you. The Otome Queen! Yes, she is. Bow down to her writing abilities. Bow down. Well, guys, for right now, I'm going to end this stream of Seduce Me series. I come back, there will be a startup of the